Hi folks, it's 2025 already, so it's good time to recap and check what I've stitched over the last year. I had about 400k of stitches and it was on full coverage designs. We will have closer look on them in a second. I've stitched small designs, something like this. This year I discovered samplers as a great area for stitching. So I had about 30k of stitches on small designs, samplers and such small projects that can be finished in one day. And I had about 20k of stitches on projects that I don't stitch anymore. So sometimes it happens that you find a really great design, its picture looked great, and it's so exciting to start it. But when you start and probably stitch about 5,000 of stitches, you understand that this picture or this piece of art is not yours, or it doesn't reflect your current feelings. So it goes to the drawer and probably will never be taken back. Oh, I don't know, maybe in 20 years so at some point I would feel that I would take it back and stitch. But this year I had some projects like this that right now I put in a drawer and probably will not take it back. But I don't regret about these stitches at all. So it's always so exciting to start something new, and I really feel that it's really great to start a project. In such case we get the most of our hobby. And for me stitching is not about finishing in 100% of the projects. For me stitching is about enjoyment and relaxing. And if some projects should go to a drawer for any reason, I don't feel frustrated at all. Anyway, let's get started. So let's start from a castle in the sky, as far as we've seen it already. And if I have a link to a design, I will leave it in the comments below and in the description below this video. This castle I've stitched 127k stitches this year, and when we started this year I had only this part and a little bit of the sky on canvas. So have a closer look what I've had before and what I've stitched this year. This one is dragon playing on a guitar, this golden guitar in his hands and strands of it, and sometimes I feel like this dragon looks like a kangaroo. It has probably it's a child in a magic egg, at least it looks like to me. There are stairs, and this part was a little bit challenging for me because there's probably lots of colors and it's better not to make mistakes in it. So if I, for example, mistake white and dark, stairs would not be as good as it should be. That's why it was difficult to stitch, but probably it was only one area which was challenging, and overall this project is very easy. It doesn't contain too many colors, and in most cases if you make a small mistake it's not very noticeable, and it's okay. So yeah, this project overall is pretty much easy one. That's why probably I have stitched as much this year. And this one is dragon. To me it looks like a chicken and it controls everything around. Here I have a lamp holder with squirrels and with lots of diamonds in it. Pink one, golden one, green one, and a lamp itself. It's magic lamp, I believe. And very old dragon. And it's a very smart one as far as it has light in its head. I have an arch here with stairs, which I stitched already this year, and with lots of blue lights and lots of dragons on this arch, and with piece of sky, which was very easy to stitch, and green vines. And have a look what I have here. It's like small door Probably somebody lives here, or if it's not a magic world, just like a regular one, I'm not sure if we have such castle in our real world. Anyway, probably they keep very important treasures here. Nobody would guess that there. It looks like a very safe place for them. Here I have another lamp holder with light, a big squirrel, and more diamonds around. This is one gray one, pink, golden, lots of golden shades and lights, green one. So this one wasn't difficult to stitch, but looks amazing. And another building we have here. What I really like about this design, that it's very detailed one. Still easy, as I told you already maybe several times, so it doesn't look like just piece of fog and that's it. What else we have here? Yes, it looks like I stitched a lot on this project over this year. So there are several towers. Small one, this is a pathway to a snow world, at least I see it like it. And this one, watching tower, they check snow bears, white ones. And this one is a treasure tower. It doesn't have lots of windows, and it seems like it's a really decent size for treasures, and it should be a very safe place to keep them. This one is, I have no idea what is this about. Probably it looks like a bridge, but weird one. Or it might be something else. I don't know just what it looks like about. And this one is main part of this castle, at least main building. And this one is my favorite one. It's a heart of this castle, and I feel like there are magic shrubs with magic berries. And here we have blue lights and some part of the bridge with mountains beside. Here we have another magic light. I don't know how to call this one, so just like keep it as magic room for new discoveries. Just a little bit away from main building, so nobody interrupts main wizard. They need some time to be alone. Here we have already some buildings. I call it dwarven mines. They find golden here, and a small tower which was on this project almost from the very beginning. When I started to stitch this project, it was almost the first one what appeared on this canvas. And let's have a look on the sky. At the beginning of this year, I had several parts already here stitched, probably a little bit here, and this dragon already was on this canvas. And what I can say about this project, sky is almost half of this, probably 1/3 of this design, and it's easy to stitch. So, and it might be a little bit boring if you stitch only sky. That's why sometimes if I feel like I want to stitch faster or I am a little bit tired of difficult areas, I switch to sky, and in such case it was balanced. Sometimes I have this one stitched, sometimes on the bottom of the picture, and I feel like it's a great idea. It will not be very boring to finish this project as far as some part of the sky is finished already. So probably in the next year I will stitch in rows or columns to have it grow in different areas. So here we have a really big air dragon. Probably it's a neck of it, and here it should be the head of it. Here I have a mountain, and let's call it the high city on the top of the mountain. And I have some buildings already, and it looks like we have some floating islands here. At least we will see it when I stitch it. And first dragon which appeared on this canvas already controls this area, and I feel it's protecting dragons, so they're fresh air friends. So this one is one of my favorite projects. I stitched, as I said, 127k of stitches this year, and I have almost close to 75% done. And the last part is half of it is sky and half of it is top part of this castle. So I hope it will be easy to finish, and next year I will try to have it done. It is about 100k stitches left, so it seems very doable. So it was Castle in the Sky, and let's have a look on other projects. Next design that I'm going to talk about is Color in a Library. Design for this piece of art we have in our store as well. This year I stitched 84k cross stitches. By the way, previous design I stitched on Congress fabric, 24 count, 10 stitch. This one is 16 count Ada cross stitch. In January 2024 I had already started this project, and it had a little bit small row here and a little bit here. So most of it I've stitched this year. First plan for the year was to finish this part. I made it happen, which is really great. Even I stitched it even more. But at some points I felt that I would like to finish it as soon as possible and hope to finish it by the end of the summer. But as far as you can see, it's only 50% done. But I will try my best to finish it in 2025. And if I can do that, it will be great if I finish it again by the end of the summer. I don't know why this time frame feels so great, but let's see how it goes. And let's have a closer look what I have already on canvas. I have already done globe holder, and I would say that it's really interesting to have a look on it. We have golden leg and this line carved on the wood, lots of golden glare. Awesome globe. I really like to stitch these sea wave colors, probably because it's different from all this design. So I noticed that when I have something different, even if it might be on another project like all over the place, but if it's different on this particular project, it's much more interesting and enjoyable to stitch. So I have Africa and part of Europe and probably a little bit of Asia. Very nice and detailed one. I have started window already, and it will be part of each row all the way to the top of this picture. And most part of this project is going to be a wall, and I hope it will be very easy to stitch and fast one. But this part wasn't easy at all, so let's see how it goes. But still I hope it will be easier to stitch, and I will cover rest 99,000 cross stitches much faster than I did previous ones. I don't remember if I told or not, and it's already 50% done, probably already 55% done. So hopefully next year I will have this project finished. And I have a chair. It's an interesting one, and there will be some part of it as well. I'm done with this jacket, almost done, and I liked a lot to stitch these pink colors. That's why they are different, one from gray and brown, but this bow wasn't really easy. So I found that if there's lots of shades of gray, for me it's a little bit challenging to stitch. Book was relatively easy, still several colors in it, but it's already finished. And yeah, I really like this piece of it. Probably because it's already the same sea wave color. And hands, as usual, while you stitch it, it feels weird, but as far as you finish the last cross stitch, it looks amazing, like a real one. This one is lots of buttons, and golden wasn't difficult, and good switch from browns and pink. Part of this chair, I remember that I made a mistake with my gridding, and I had to remove some of it, because if you make a mistake with a grid, it's the worst one. In such case, it's super difficult to fix a mistake, and it's better to undo everything and start all over again. Lucky me, it wasn't a really big one, probably about 100 crosses in one place, so I fixed it relatively easy. Here we have hardwood floor. I would say it looks great, like a real one, and I would say that I really like this book with all these sheets, almost like real one, and letters which almost can be readable. At least when we look at this book, it seems like it's almost real. And interesting carpet. I know that carpets usually are difficult to stitch, and probably that's true about it. But at this point I almost don't remember how it was, so can't say if it's super difficult or medium difficult. But if I remember right, I told at some point to my friends that it's like I stitch about 2 cross stitches per hour, so probably it's not super easy if it was close to true. And here we have pictures of different sites. I can see here some buildings, and it might be something interesting. And here I can see treasure map, and even I have a cross where we have to dig to find it. So it's like mountains or hills and some shrubs and bushes, so it's almost possible to find it and have this treasure found. And little chair, beautiful as well. And here I have a little fold on this carpet, which is really interesting to see how it looks like stitched. So there's a real feeling of 3D effect when we have it's almost touchable, and this fold is definitely an interesting piece of this project. And here we have some books, and when I stitched them, I really liked how they look on sunlight. They have kind of glare and sparkles, which is totally amazing. And this part I've stitched some time ago to have some interesting areas already stitched, but I found that it might be a little bit challenging to stitch random parts, so it's much slower, and so I just stitched one area like this and decided that I will not go with my idea beyond this circle. But this book looked great, so I'm looking forward to come to this point and stitch it again. So this is a scholar in the library, and I feel I had really great progress on this project, and hopefully next year we will have it finished. And what I like about this project, that it's a real piece of art. So when I stitch it, I feel like I'm an artist. Personally, I would not be able to make any kind of project like this with paint and on piece of paper. But with stitches, it's totally amazing. I feel like I can make my own masterpiece and have a really great result. This one is a little girl, and this design is made from real piece of art that have been painted probably 200 years ago. At the beginning of 2024, I had already done by this rule. So I had already these drops of light, very nice floor, marble one, I believe, interesting square toed shoes, nice gentle flowers. These flowers I probably stitched already in this year. A laundry basket, at least I feel like this way, and I stitched 22,000 cross stitches on this project this year. By the way, this is Ada 18th count, and I found that over last year it feels like 18th count is not my favorable fabric at all. It's the most challenging for me. So if I decide to cross stitch, I'll better to choose a 16th count. But in most cases, I'll better to choose 10 stitch with higher count. But definitely, if we talk about the final results, 18th count is the best one. There's no visible canvas and not super big dots, so it looks really great. What I had this year, I stitched already this person with a little baby and part of second one, and I would say that it's definitely interesting piece of art because these people give extra thoughts and depth to this picture. A nice column with bright colors and lots of sun on it, and the queen of this masterpiece is this girl. Beautiful scarf which looks really realistic, and her face and her hair I stitched with parking method by rows, and it was totally worth it. It's absolutely smooth and beautiful with these bright blue eyes. But at some point, you know that I stitched this year a lot with parking method, but I found that probably it's not the best one because it's a little bit slower than if I finish a thread, cut it and park on an organizer. So this one is a little girl. It's about 65% done, and most probably I will concentrate on this project when I am done with Scholar in the library, and in such case I will be able to move to this project and concentrate on it, and probably next year we will have more progress on it. Anyway, about my stitching plans for 2025, I am going to have another video where we will discuss it in more detail. This one is Hiton, and it's one of my favorites. And even if you feel like it's Gnome's village, for me it's all about traveling to distant exotic countries and dreams of adventures. Some time ago I dreamed about visiting New Zealand, and this picture all about it. I'm not sure if I will be able to see this country sometime in near future, but anyway, this picture feels like cozy, warm summer night, and I enjoy stitching it every time when I take it. In this year, when I started it, I had a little bit of stitched some colors here, and when I just started it, I thought that it's a really great idea to stitch from the less frequent color to the most frequent one, and probably I finished about 15 colors before I understood that it will be very challenging to finish this project when I have about more than 60% done. Just it's so difficult to find an area where I should stitch if it's already canvas and I don't see grid. It's really difficult to navigate when all stitched cells are spread around, and good for me that I understood it very quickly that I need to switch to smaller stitching areas to have it done and to stitch it with more comfort and without any stress. So most of the time this year I stitched this window, roof of this main house. I would say that most of it has lots of colors in it, so it gives some depth and natural effect and more like 3D effect, but still it's not so difficult, just because if you make a mistake, it's not critical one, especially on trees or on mountains. But if it would be just one color, definitely it would not have this feeling of great design. Actually, sometimes if when I work on this picture, I can smell flower nights or hear some summer night insects. That's why I really like designs with lots of colors, and especially with blends. For me, it's the most enjoyable to take new blend and see how different colors in combination give an extra enjoyable moments to stitching process. So this year I've stitched 29,000 stitches. By the way, it's on hardanger 22nd count, a DMC thread, and I stitch it with 10 stitch. And I have about 20 something % done. I'm going to have this project on a priority for the next year. So let's see if I stitch Dreamed Country, will I be able to visit it? Who knows? But I hope next year we will have more of it. So this one was Hiton. This one is Great Chinese Dragon. This project I started this year and stitched it on hardanger 22nd count 10 stitch. What I found that light colors and sceneries for me is the best on this type of fabric. I really like its firmness and overall how this canvas feels in hands. And for light projects it looks great, and after washing I believe there will be good coverage and fabric will not be visible through threads. Here I have 10,000 stitches done, and as far as it's a high priority project for me and it's not very big one, I hope next year I will have decent amount stitched and we have something to see and to understand how it looks like. Anyway, here I have already some parts of the dragon, these flashes and cones, and it was very easy. So far so good, and I am really excited to see how it goes and how it appears on the fabric. This one is Japanese garden. I bought it as a kit from AliExpress and it is in silk thread. It is a very long lasting project. I stitched it already for about 7 years, and in 2024 I stitched 11,000 and it was this column, and I just moved already a little bit to this column but didn't stitch as much, so for now there's nothing to show yet, but already it is over 50%, which is great, and I have 85,000 left. Not sure if I will be able to finish it in next year, and at this point I don't prioritize it for next year almost at all. Probably I will think about it sometime after summer. So why I stitch it for so long? First of all, silk floss is not so easy to stitch. It's very challenging, especially if you stitch it in 3 strands. Second one, it's pretty much big one. In terms of size, it is the biggest one that I have. It's almost 1.5 meters wide on the biggest side. What is good about this project? It's very easy. From what I know, this design was initially made by Dimensions, so they do their job really well, and every stitch on its right place. So it's not like full coverage designs when you might have like 100 colors in 1,000 cells. Actually, that's good, and that's not super great for me. It's easy to stitch and faster, but I really enjoy stitching full coverage designs because of the spread of colors. When it's like so easy, it's a little bit boring to stitch. I'll better to have confetti style and enjoy every cross stitch more than like all water in one color, and in such case it doesn't feel as real, like a real picture. So let's have a quick look what I have already on this project. These red colors are very bright in silk, so I really liked this one piece, which is absolutely great. Blue flowers, If I'm not wrong, this looks like a bird's feeder and trees and awesome pink leaves and flowers. Yeah, I believe it's flowers and a little bit of young leaves. Bushes, shrubs, and amazing red bridge. Reflection of this bridge on the water, and little flowers on the water, and I already almost have these small birds done. So with silk thread it's really great to stitch it like for 15-20 minutes every day and have it done piece by piece. But for now I prioritized this project to the next year, so I will put it in a drawer for a while and will concentrate on Scholar in the library. And when I finish it, probably I will take it back for my morning routine. This one is a mountain village, and I really like this design, but it is a very big one. This year I stitched 13,000 stitches. I stitched it on Hardanger 22nd count, 10th stitch, and at the beginning of the year I had a small area stitched over here and part of the sky over there, and it is about 5% done for now. And what I like about this project overall, it's very calming and nice, and it has lots of different details. And every time when I stitch it, I enjoy every stitch of it. And what I stitched water, it was very nice, even if it wasn't like blue water as it will be in other areas. But still was very interesting and easy to stitch, and I have already some reflection in the water, and just finished this door and stairs and this fencing, so and it feels like it's a roof of this building. And what I found that these colors are super enjoyable for me to stitch. This kind of orange to brown is so warm, is so relaxing. I enjoy it a lot. And as far as it's big one, 800 cells on the big side, I'm not going to finish it anytime soon. Probably I will prioritize it when I am done with Hiton and with Dragon, just because I found that if I stitch on the same type of fabric lots of different designs, it becomes a little bit boring at some point. So I would like to switch between different types of canvas, between cross stitches to 10 stitch and back, and when it's different colors it's great as well. So that's why I have my projects types of cross stitch versus 10 stitch types of fabrics, and prefer to switch between all of them in more like balanced way. That's why this project I like a lot, but still don't stitch as much until I am done with others projects on the same type of fabric. But still take it when I miss it, and when I would like to stitch this gorgeous orange brown colors. Actually, I would call it one of my most relaxing projects that I have. So this one is Mountain Village. This project is winter part of my all season flowers design. What I can say about it, it's absolutely different from what I have in my projects, but still it's really interesting, and I like stitch it from time to time. When I started this project, I planned that it will be for about 10 years overall to stitch it, just because it's pretty much big one. For all 4 parts it is about 277,000 cross stitches. It's regular size of full coverage design, and right now I stitch it on 14th count Ada with Chinese thread. So it's only one product that I stitch with this thread, and that might be a reason why I don't stitch it as often. This part is winter part. I like the most because it reminds me about snow drawings on a window. Icy, frosty, with smell of tea and cinnamon, sound from the fireplace and snowing outside. I stitched this project last winter. I don't remember exact number, probably it was about 4K overall, probably less, but so far I really like how it looks like and how it goes in terms of picture on the canvas. So I'm going to stitch it a little bit this winter and see how it will look like. For some reason I didn't stitch other parts this year, so I don't have much to show, but still have plans to finish some designs and take it from time to time. So this one is all season's flowers. This one is a cute owl, and I stitched 25,000 this year. It is not very big one. I am halfway done and have 30K left. I stitched it on a goblin net and it's 10 stitch. What I like about this fabric, it's very small one, so fabric is not visible even on dark colors. But what I don't like about this one, it's the color of fabric is a little bit difficult to see what I've stitched. So this fabric, it's the first time when I decided to try it, and probably it will be only this project on this fabric at all. So what I like about this owl, that it has really bright eyes. It looks great. When I have this eyes, I believe it will be something very interesting to see, and it will look great on my wild animals wall. In terms of the project, it is easy to stitch, not very challenging in terms of colors and overall, and improved design for this all we have on our shop as well. In my case, I stitch on with old design, which doesn't have every time what I would expect to have on a wild animal. For example, there's lots of purple colors and here purple colors and blue ones, but still I really like how it looks like. And in our area we have owls. Sometimes we not only hear them but see them, and every time when I notice them, it's like reminding me about this owl, and this one is definitely worth to try and to stitch, especially because it is not big one and very easy. So this one is a cute oil, and actually I forgot to say that at the beginning of the year I had probably this piece done. So 25,000. Did I say that I stitched 25,000? Oh, probably I have mistaken, but maybe not, who knows. Anyway, I have already almost half of this bird done. And my last full coverage design for this video. This one is old boat. I stitched 18,000 stitches on this project, and it's about 50% done already. I stitched on Lugana 25th count, 10 stitch. Enjoy every stitch of this project, this feeling of relaxing, calm shore with old boat and seagulls, which will be appearing, I hope, this year. So I enjoy and relax every time when I stitch it. And I really like how this boat looks like. It's a super easy design. It doesn't have lots of blends, but I have probably 12 of them, but they are very interesting one, and I don't have many colors, but still it's very detailed and looks like a real picture. So I'm really looking forward to see these seagulls, and I'm going to stitch this part of the sky very soon, probably in January or close to it. And when I miss the summertime, I take this project and just looking forward how it will look on my walls when it's done. So this one is an old boat, and I will stop for a second with my small designs that I stitched this year. As I told you, I discovered samplers this year for myself, and it was unexpectedly interesting. I didn't know that it might be so enjoyable to stitch such small designs, especially like these ones, when we have lots of different small elements, and it's so predictable for our brain, so it's excited that it knows where next stitches goes. So I almost don't need to check a pattern to stitch it. But from another perspective, all of them are different and unique, and it's another part to enjoy. So that's why I stitched these several projects. I don't have all of them right now. I made it as a gift for my friend for Christmas and New Year. So I have some Christmas tree decorations already given to her. So I will add some pictures. It's present, a very little small one, so it can be on a Christmas tree as its own decoration, and Christmas lodge, a very small one. And here I have Christmas sampler as well. And about this one, I would say that I made a mistake to take a very light canvas, so white snowflakes is not visible here, but I didn't have actually darker canvas, so I took whatever I had. So if it would be on the right canvas, on the right fabric, it would be much better, but still I like how it looks. And for now I have more ideas to try and to see how I can use them at home. And what I like the most about such small designs, that it's very fast, usually about 1 day to stitch and have finished product, and it's very nice and unique gift for a friend. Probably it's not standalone gift and it's like an addition to it, but it has its feeling like you thought about this person, you cared about them. And in some cases, like in my case, if they can put it on a tree, on a Christmas tree, or above a fireplace, that really reminds this person about your love. So it might give extra nice memories. And as far as we didn't go far away from Christmas gifts, I would like to wish you Happy New Year. I wish you lots of inspiration in this year, endless imagination, and lots of beautiful pictures on your canvas.